right, so step 10 is asking us to review break-even formulas and build a data source for a line chart. So A and B is really just asking you to observe what's going on. Um, let's see, in cell B8 and then B10. Am I in the right? Yeah, I should be in the right category. Oh, wait. Step 9 is asking me to go to the break-even tab. Oh, here we are. Okay. So let's look at B8. So you see the formula here. So it's kind of explaining what is going on in B8. B10 doesn't have a formula, but B10 does. So those two things, they just want you to look at the formulas there and then, by all means, read it and give you a better understanding what's going on there. Okay? So we want to review the references and then the formulas in row 15. So you see this row here. Build a table footer chart by copying the formulas in row 15 to the blank rows below it, up to and including row 24. Okay, so just select row 15. I think double click works here. Yep. Select cell B5. So they just want us to change the value. So what happened if you drop the price to 200? So I'm just going to delete the 5, type in a 0, and press enter. You notice, you're losing money. Yeah. So I guess the break-even point, if you is at um, row 22, right? You notice once you sold 200, that's when you start recouping the costs of your investment. So, all right, select cell B14 and C24 and E14 and F24. So this is going to be 4 columns. So make sure you have 4 columns selected without, because it's leaving out D, column D, I believe. Yeah. So B14 is here, and then C24 is here, and then E14 is here, and F24 is here. So first select the first grouping, let go of your mouse, and then hold the control key, left click, hover over E14, and then move over to F24 like that. So that's done. Now it wants us to create a 2D line chart with markers for each slide. So we want to go to Insert, 2D line chart, and then markers. So I believe, what is this? Line with markers, what's this one? So yeah, we want this one. What's this one? Stack lines. So we just want 2D line chart with markers for each line. Okay? And that's what you should get. Now we want to position the chart to start at cell A26. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to move the chart to A26. So the bottom left-hand corner rests on A26. I'm going to use my scroll key. Oops. And then I'm going to look for H45. Yep, that's H45. And I like to highlight where I need to resize the chart to so that I can know where to move it to. So and then move it so it covers it. Okay? So part C is done. Now we're into step 12 where it's asking us to edit the source data. So click this select data button in a chart design tab. So select data is right here. Click on the edit in the horizontal category. Okay, so click on edit. So we want to kind of, I guess, select the cell. We're going to change it. So we're going to select B15, which is here, to B24. So it's the number sold. Okay. So these arrows are just allows me to select the values. Okay. click OK. So you notice instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's matching the screenshot here where it's 0, 50, 75, 100, 125. So we want to go ahead and deselect the number sold box and then click OK. All right. Edit the chart title to display break even in units. So I would either type it in or copy it. So I'm gonna, since I have my checklist open, I'm just gonna copy it. You don't include the period in the title. Okay, so now let's move on to step 14. Let me go down a little bit more. So yeah, you notice there's no period in the screenshot here. So we want to use the chart elements quick button to position the legend on top. So click on the chart again in the white area, and then you notice there's a plus sign. That's the chart elements button. So we want to go to legend, hover over the arrow key on the right, and then we want to move it to the top. So part A is done. Now it wants us to display the primary major vertical lines. So that's a mouthful. So grid lines, primary major vertical. Click that. Yep. Okay, so part B is done. All right, for part C, it's asking us to format both vertical and horizontal grid lines with black text 1, lighter 50%. So the way for me to do that is I'm just going to go ahead and click on the grid lines, double click on the grid lines, and then you notice for the color right now it's set to that light gray. I'm going to hover over black text, so it's a second column, second row. So black text 1, lighter 50%. And you notice it did become darker because of that. So that's one grid line. So let me go and click the other grid line. If you want to know what that is, this grid line is vertical axis major grid line. So double click on that. Go to second column, second row. And there you go. That take care of that. Now we want to put a border around our chart, the entire chart. So to do that, just click the chart. And in the Format tab, you want to go to Shape Outline, select the black text one, and then go to the weight and select 1 point. And you notice there's a thicker border there. Okay. Now it wants us to go back to change the sale price to $225 in B5. So instead of $200, let's bump it up to $225. Oops, hit enter. You notice the break-even point is lower now. You only need to sell 150 to break even. Okay. So we're just going to finish, for step 16, it's asking us to complete the worksheet formatting. So let's go ahead and do that. So select cells A1 to A3 and change the font size to 16. So A1 to A3. And then right now the font is at 11. Select 16 for the drop down. And now we're going to, this one is a little bit complicated. Part B is asking us to select cells A1 to H3 and then center the cell across the selection. So the way to do this is go ahead and do the selection from A1 to H3, then right click anywhere in your selection, and then go to Format Cells from the dialog box or pop-up box. And then you want to go to Alignment. And right now the horizontal alignment is set to General. You want to click the drop down, and there's a bunch of options. And then towards the bottom, you'll see this center across selection option. So click on that and then click OK, and there it is. So that's part A, part B, and then he wants this to apply the bottom border. So go to Font and just click the default, the bottom border there, and then select cell A1 so you can see the bottom border there. So 16E is a lot of steps. So it's asking us to do landscape, center, scale, and hopefully you remember from our second project, where to go to center the page horizontally. If you don't, you can see me do it. Click on File, which brings you to Backstage. Go to Print View. First, right now it's on Portrait Orientation. Want to change it so it's Landscape. And then before we go to centering the page horizontally, we want to go ahead and scale it to fit one page because right now it's on no scaling. Um, fit. We want to select the second option, and then go to Page Setup. Then we will center the page horizontally. Okay. All right. So hopefully I don't have any mistakes. I'm gonna since I'm here, I can just click Save here, close it. I guess I'll keep that open. All right. Upload and save. Well, upload and save your project file. So I'm gonna do the last step, 19, submit for grading. Oh, I forgot to set the shadow effect. So I guess I can open up the file again. So let me go to break even. Um, in the chart area, so I'm gonna. So so this is the chart area. So you notice I've been selecting, um, what is this one? Horizontal major grid lines and then vertical major grid lines. To select the plot area, just click the space between those grid lines, and then this is the plot area. And then I need to apply a shadow, um, bottom right offset, I believe. Yeah, bottom right shadow. So there's a shadow here now. So it didn't like the fact that I did not, um, let me delete that. Hit um, Alt Enter. Okay, so let me go ahead and type this in. CGL gross margin in dollars. Control Enter. Or for them they say Alt Enter, but Control Enter by department. Yeah. So let me save this project and just recall it as a demo. And then hopefully this submission is a correct one. All right, it's grading it. All right, there you go. So, even I make mistakes. So, that's what I meant about, not being afraid to submit what you got just to get a feedback from SimNet. I know some of you guys were like, well, why don't you just show me the full video in the first place? It's because, I believe we learn best from mistakes. And that's why I allow you guys to have 6 submissions. So that gives you plenty of wiggle room to submit multiple times. All right, so thank you for watching, and hopefully this video has helped you for our second week projects.